There are some things that follow us through childhood all the way into the rest of our lives, and I personally believe that mine is bloodlust. And today, I'm going to be putting that all down on paper by telling you which Nintendo characters I believe I could decimate in a fight. Today, in order to give the most detailed description of how I feel I would fare in a fight against all of these characters, I have a couple tiers for you. At the top, we have instant decimation upon impact. I believe that in this situation, I would not even have to fight with these characters. They would die by looking at me. They would simply fall to their knees, crumble, and become a sandcastle that I would soon knock over with a plow. I think that these characters could be mowed like a lawn. I think that every character on this list is personally waiting for me to come kill them, so that would be that tier. An easy feat down below would take a little bit of effort from me, but I would still be able to knock them out almost immediately, and I plan to do so. In fact, most of these characters I believe I could just step on with my shoe a couple times, maybe kick them in the head, and they would be dead. Below that is poor condition, no tags. This means that I would still win the fight, but I would really come out with some bruises and scratches. I mean really roughed up, got the shit kicked out of me. They would be a little bit concerned after the fact and make sure that I was still breathing, but oh boy would I still be breathing, and I would still be fine, and I would jump up and hit them right in the nose. I also think that the scars would be cool, so I don't necessarily mind this. You know, if I got a scar from Kirby, that would be fucked up, wouldn't it? That would be really fucked up, so I want that. All the way below that is fair and square defeat. I believe that this is the category where I would try my best. I would really give everything that I could to this fight. I would give my knees, I would give my teeth, I would give my mouth, I would give my eyebrows, and I would give it all to this fight in order to try and beat this person, but I would still lose. And I think that that's the most valiant way to lose, covered in blood and looking like shit. Below that is dead, instantly dead. This is the karmic alternative to instant decimation. You know, there are a lot of parallels in the universe and stuff, and dead and instant decimation have to be each other's. I believe that this is a very important part of the ecosystem, the nature. I want to be buried in a burlap sack under a tree. I hope you're strapped in. I hope you're ready. I hope you have a snack. I hope you have some water. Hydrate, motherfucker. Up first, we have Nintendo's most well-known little electric blob of skin, Pikachu. I love Pikachu, and it depends on what we're talking about here, okay? Are we talking about Pikachu from the games or Pikachu from the anime? And I'm gonna go with the games because I'm talking about games here. We're talking about games, except for the couple times I'm not. And then you know what? You can't say anything about that because you didn't make this tier list, okay? It's not your problem. You can let that go. You can put that in a dove and make sure the dove flies away, far, far away from your mother's house, and maybe you can go shit on your mother-in-law's house. We don't know. Pikachu, I would say normally he's small, he's compact, he's easy to punt with a shoe. However, I think that his electric powers would be able to fry me quite quickly. Like, you know how you have to take out jewelry when you have an MRI? I have a couple piercings and then also just metal in my body from various escapades, so I think that he would immediately be able to fry me up pretty easily. I don't think I would be able to defeat Pikachu. I think he could jump onto my face, scratch off all of my features, and electrocute me. And that's very scary, but I also don't see myself ever getting into a scuffle with Pikachu. Really, I don't, because I love Pikachu. Pikachu's very important to me, okay? I want to hear him say Pika Pika. I do, alright? This is very, very special, and it would be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to hear a Pikachu say Pika Pika, but you know what? If he has to beat my ass to do that, he's allowed to do that. He would fit very nicely inside of a shoe, which is the only thing I have against him. Like, I am very tall, so I could just tower over Pikachu, but I just don't think that I have enough stamina to survive a lightning strike. However, I would look very cool in the morgue. You've seen what Pokemon can do before. You've seen their little claws. You've seen Legends Arceus, okay? He will shit you out in front of Ash, and Ash will go, woohoo! And that's all you have to deal with, okay? Fair and square defeat because I would give it my all. I really would. I would try to punt him if I was in danger. You know, I would try to get him in the air, but I don't think I could. I don't think I would have enough time. He would just crawl up my leg and, you know, go ham. He would fry me up like a hamburger and serve him to the Pokemon team, okay? They're eating me. Jigglypuff. Now, for the purposes of this, I'm going to call Jigglypuff she, but I know that there are many different genders of Pokemon. There could be a male Jigglypuff. I know that there could be a they Jigglypuff. You would have to deal with it. Anyway, Jigglypuff. Here's the thing. I would go with the same thing as Pikachu, except for the fact that I feel like Jigglypuff is poppable, because you know how Jigglypuff floats? You know how Jigglypuff gets into the air and floats around? That gives me the vibes that, like, if I was to take a sharp pin and get to Jigglypuff fast enough, just drive it in, boom, popped, you know? And you might be thinking, you can't bring weapons. I can bring weapons. It's my own game. I can do whatever I want. I could bring a sword. I could bring a tank. I don't want to bring a tank because I don't know how to drive well and I'm gonna run other people over, but I could bring a tank. I could bring a tank to your house right now. Then what? I pull up in a cool ride and you have to look at me and you have to deal with that? Wow. Anyway, I think that I could pop Jigglypuff, but I also feel like Jigglypuff would be very angry, very ready to attack me and latch onto my face. I feel like she's one of those face eaters, like she'd chomp off my nose. And then I would be left noseless, so I would have to be really, really quick with that pin. And then the second she dropped down, she deflated, I could just kind of like fold her up and put her in a bag. Easy as that. But I would really have to be prepared and able to do that. Feel like I had enough stamina and enough swiftness to drive that in and then run. Because if I let Jigglypuff get the upper hand, I am dead. I am on the ground writhing. I have no nose. My eyes have been plucked out of my head. My hair has been eaten. And she is just floating around above above me, just having a ball, just having a blast. She's about to call her mom and say what she's done. You know, Jigglypuffs have no remorse. They are completely and utterly devoid of emotion, and that is amazing. You know, I love that so much. She could be so beautifully unkillable, but she isn't. It depends, because if she did get to me, I would be in very bad condition. I would still win the fight, but I would be in an extremely bad condition. I would have nothing on me, alright? So I don't know if that counts as an easy feat. I would probably say poor condition, no tags. I think she could fuck me up real good. I do. I think that I would have so many Jigglypuff scars, they'd have to reconstruct my whole face. And you know what? I'm not opposed to that. I'm not angry about that. I mean, no more acne would be fantastic. However, I do believe that this little thing is full of hatred, and the popping and the little bit of the latex pop would not be able to keep her off of me unless I was extremely fast, okay? That is a scary thought to me. Isabelle from Animal Crossing, my beloved. Hello. Isabelle is very near and dear to my heart, okay? Isabelle is my mascot. Isabelle is my brain. She controls every single part of my body and makes me do the things that I do. So you can blame Isabelle for the way I speak, for the way I think, and for the way I present myself. Isabelle is actually behind the scenes right now making my arms go up like a little Muppet, okay? And that's something that I just feel like is very artistically exciting. You know, I'd like to see more things like this. Isabelle is absolutely full of anger. You know, there's a very certain type of anger that a customer service employee can only have. I have so many friends that are customer service workers. I'm a customer service worker at times. So you know what? I know the anger inside of her. I know what fury rests inside of her body, but I also don't think that she's allowed to express it at all, so she has no training in doing that. She has it all built up but nowhere to put it, and the second she's allowed to release it, say in a fight or something, I think she would only know how to just blind rage attack. It would be nothing that would be completely debilitating, it would be nothing that would be able to kill or maim you, but I think that she has enough anger to scare you at the very least. You know, you're gonna think you're gonna die. She doesn't have the facilities to make sure that you do die, but she is going to sick an amazing amount of fury and anger. You know, the wet, nasty anger that you feel when you are just ready to explode. She is going to use that on you. She is going to attempt to tear your limbs off but not have the strength to do it, and you will just be left with like completely bleeding arms, okay? And that is so totally understandable, because I can tell you right now, if I had the chance to release all of my anger that I have built up in customer service, I would probably be considered a threat. Be nice to customer service workers, because you may look like you just escaped a saw trap if you're not, okay? Isabelle could do that to you, and she will have no remorse, okay? Especially if you were a customer. If you've ever been a customer for Isabelle, you are going to get the worst of it. You're going to get the back end of it, all right? Your knees are going to ache for weeks. Probably an easy feat, because I think she would be fairly easy to take down, because she hasn't trained in this. She doesn't know how to use her arm. She doesn't know how to kick. She doesn't know how to bite. She is just full of blind rage. King Boo, you might be thinking, oh my god, he's paranormal. There's no way you could fight him with a human fight. Yes, I could. Get me a vacuum cleaner. Get me a good old-fashioned vacuum cleaner. I'm gonna suck that man up before he even knows what's going on. He is going to get stuck in the vast whirlpool of a Dyson faster than he could even blink. His crown will fall off into my hands, and I will wear it, and I will melt it down into rings. I am going to put this man in a vacuum bag. I'm going to seal the living shit out of him, and he won't ever be able to escape. And you know what? I don't think that I could defeat him with a sword, obviously. He seems to be made of gas, but he's easy enough to trick that I would be able to take his teeth out and make a necklace out of him, okay? He seems like he is dumb. I feel like I could just lock him in a closet and not have to worry about it anymore. He may be a ghost, but he's not my kind of ghost, okay? He thinks he's all that. He thinks he's a bad bitch, but he's not. And I think that more than anything, he would be embarrassed, okay? He would be ashamed that he was not able to fight me, and he would never come out anyway. You know, I don't even have to worry about him escaping, because he is just too embarrassed and shamed that he was taken down, because he's a ghost. He's a ghost. He's supposed to be haunting and scary. Look at him. Look at his eyes. He's got the eyes of somebody who has seen things but doesn't remember them. His face remembers, his brain does not. Instant decimation upon impact, because I would not even get scratched. I would not even have to fight, you know, just... And then he's in the vacuum. He's in the vacuum forever. What are you gonna do, break the vacuum open? No. A Koopa Troopa. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? This Sheldon Cooper looking motherfucker? Okay, listen, I know that not every turtle looks like Sheldon Cooper, but don't they? How could you tell me I'm wrong? I don't even care. If he was anything else, he would still look like Sheldon Cooper to me. That man is named Sheldon. I'm sorry. He looks like the kind of guy to take a sip of water and go, ah. He looks like the kind of guy to walk around in a Kohl's and say, this is a high-class place. He's the kind of guy to go to a crystal shop and ask if they can get him a girlfriend. He's the kind of guy that would walk into a movie theater and say, are you showing Titanic? He would go into a donut shop, pick out an old-fashioned glazed donut and go, yummy. Absolutely not. Are you kidding me? The most instant decimation I've ever seen, okay? He would turn to dust in front of me. He would compress himself into a piece of coal. He would become a fossil fuel immediately. He would simply shrink down down to the size of a nugget and be unusable as a human being. His bones wouldn't even survive. There is no way. I'm sorry. Look this man in the eye for me right now. Look at him in his eyes, his two extremely close together eyes, and tell me with your whole chest that you couldn't beat his ass. I don't even care if you're a 2-year-old, okay? No, instant decimation, 100% gone. Next we have the Pikmin. I just picked the yellow one because it was the first one that came up in the PNGs. However, this goes for any Pikmin. This guy looks very blendable. He looks like you could put him in a meat grinder. He looks like you could put him in a bread maker and make him into a dough. He looks like when you could take a really moist piece of bread and just like roll it between your fingers and make a putty out of it, you know? You know when that happens? He looks like that. I feel like I could instantly just shrink him down into a slime texture and throw him at the wall, use him to hang up a picture. I think that this guy would be absolutely malleable, and that is just a horrible trait to have in a fight, okay? If you are squishy and you could turn into a liquid, that is gonna get you nowhere, and I think that I could absolutely liquefy this man. Have you ever seen a Pikmin that looks sturdy? Have you ever seen a Pikmin that doesn't look confused and also on Motrin? I think that this guy could get caught in a shopping cart and die instantly. He would probably try and bite me, he would slap me a little bit. I don't think that would result in any lasting scars, which is upsetting, but look at his eyes. You could just like peel those off. They look like they're made of putty. He would be easy to serve with a breakfast bowl and acai berries. Easy feat, absolutely. I'm not gonna say instant decimation because he would try. He would absolutely try. He has some fight in him, but he would try. I think the little Pikmin, he would turn into a liquid somehow, but I feel bad for him. I don't want to do that to him. He looks very sweet and kind. Mewtwo from Pokemon, another one of the most recognizable Pokemon there are. I tried to pick the Pokemon that were most commonly associated with the IP and stuff, so you know what? I chose Mewtwo. Sue me about it. I don't care. I don't care. Mewtwo is going in dead immediately. I'm sorry. He would snap me in half, and I don't even think it would be painful. Just like a quick instantaneous death, like you were putting something down. I think that he would take my head and then take my legs and just snap me fully in half, snap my spinal cord. And you know what? I'm never getting in a situation. I am never going to be stupid enough to get in a situation where Mewtwo would have to kill me, because I don't think I would ever be able to fight that, okay? He could even just like crack my neck to the side a little bit, and I will never survive that. There will be no treatment that you can do if you're just in half, alright? They can't sew me back together. I've already crumbled. My bones are very weak. What am I gonna do here? This isn't a magic trick. This isn't fucking Harry Houdini putting me back together. This is Mewtwo snapping me in half and then pouring my guts into a snow globe. And I just have to live with that, because there's some things that you can't fight in life. You know, there's tsunamis, there's tornadoes. You get picked up by one of those motherfuckers, you gotta say, okay, yeah, alright. It's the same thing with Mewtwo. He could put me under his house like Dorothy, and guess what? I have no say in that. I'm just under a house now, 100% dead. Okay, next we have the dog from Nintendogs. And did you even think for a second? Did you even think for a damn second I was going to do a thing to this dog? No. You want to know why this dog is on here? He's going in dead instantly because I would lay down my life for this dog. I would splay myself out in the street for this dog. I would take off my fingers and toes one by one and feed them to the dog if that would make the dog happy. Okay? Listen, I am one of those freaks that likes dogs more than people, and I would in fact sacrifice myself or another person for this dog. I'm sorry about that. I don't care if you think that's wrong. I would do it. I would totally just run into a river. I would drown in a river, and I would watch him with my eyes. If that made him happy, if he needed a snack, he is more than welcome to kill me. I would lay down everything I have. I would leave my money to this dog. I would make sure that this dog had a good college fund. I would make sure that this dog was able to go to Oxford if he wanted to. I would make sure and contact a television station so I could get him a role, and he would get residuals for the rest of his life. And I would do it over and over again. I would go through a million years of pain for this dog, and you know what? You should too. That is the only reason the Nintendogs Beagle is on here, and you are a sicko if you thought otherwise. If you thought I was ever going to go for this little dog, no thank you. You are sick. Anyway, the Inkling Kid from Splatoon. I have never played Splatoon, but I'm still gonna give you my opinion on Splatoon. It's fine. I haven't played anything. I woke up one day fresh as a newborn, no hair on my head, and I sat down in front of this microphone and I said hello. The Inkling Kid looks very shiny and rubbery, but also overconfident, like extremely overconfident. I think that this kid thinks she wins a black belt the second she walks into a dojo, okay? This kid is going to walk up, you know, big nasty smile on her face, hair slicked back, and her little blasting ink gun, and she's gonna be like, yeah, you're here to fight me? You look like you haven't gone to Hollister since 2007, but you do still look like you went to Hollister. You know, she would pull out the teenage girl insults, and I hate that. If there is one thing I cannot deal with, even after all of these years, it is an insult from a teenage girl. Do not let that happen to you. If if you see a teenage girl cross the street, it will stick in your psyche. It doesn't matter if you don't understand it, it will stick in your psyche. But the thing is, I have tailored myself to become as visually and audibly disgusting as possible. So I have built up my armor toward teenage girl insults, and I am very, very strong these days. So I think she would come in thinking that she was able to beat somebody down mentally, like she always does. But I will show up, I will glaze my eyes over, and I will start thinking of the Subway Surfers theme song, and I will win. She looks easy to take out. I don't see any problems arising here with the Inkling girl. I feel like she would be bouncy a little bit, maybe, but I could pretty much take her out immediately. I truly believe that. I think I could do it. It would not be exactly instant, so I'm gonna go with an easy feat. I think she would be pretty easy to take down. Princess Zelda. Okay, so funny thing with Zelda here, I was actually going to do a Zelda video for this video, and then I changed my mind because I couldn't stop thinking about it, and it enveloped my thoughts, and I was ready to go on a boat and sail to Siberia, but I decided to do this instead. So Princess Zelda from the Legend of Zelda games. I need you to understand. I need you to really get in my head here and see out of my eyes and walk in my shoes. Why would I ever want to fight Zelda? Why would I ever not just immediately lay down my life for Zelda? Is this something that you wouldn't do? Would you not get to Zelda's door and say, you know what, okay, yeah, if you need to do this, go for it. Slice my head off, take my ears, put my eyes in rubbing alcohol and preserve them forever. You know, that's fine to me. That's okay. I am okay with that because Zelda is beautiful, alright? Zelda is gorgeous. I would walk outside of the castle and I would say, alright, I brought the tools. I brought you a knife. I brought you a hammer. I brought you 3,000 tiny rats, and you can kill me now. Dead. I don't care if she wants to fight or not. Okay, I am here. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Me and Waluigi have Mario Kart beef, which I'm telling you this because it's very important to the psyche, okay? It is very important to me. Waluigi and Wario consistently beat me in Mario Kart whenever I am playing on hard comm, and it's always them. It is always this purple twink and his brother, and I can't do it anymore. Alright, Waluigi, I personally believe that I could just take his mustache off and fucking choke him out with it. That's what I believe. I believe that my anger has built up in a different way from Isabelle's because I would know how to do this. I believe that this directed anger at one specific person would get me the win. I believe that Waluigi is in danger. Look at him. Okay, he stole my color. First of all, he took my color from me. I love purple. Purple is my color. I am a purple bitch. I'm one of the people who loves purple and lives in purple, okay? I love all shades of purple. He took purple from me. That's not okay. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that anybody else should be able to take your favorite color. And he looks stupid in the gloves, okay? He's got those Mickey Mouse ass gloves. And that's a tip for you. If somebody has Mickey Mouse ass gloves, you can win the fight. You're gonna be okay. Waluigi looks bendable. He looks like you could just tie him into a pretzel and send him rolling down a couple stairs. Instant decimation upon impact. I think that he would know that I have been hunting him and just give up his life. To be honest with you, I have been threatening this man for years. I'm coming for him. Waluigi, I am coming for you. Ash Ketchum. I know that Ash is from the Pokemon anime, okay? I don't care. I don't give a shit. I needed him to be here. This is important. Let your heart become lighter with the knowledge that I do not give a shit. Anyway, Ash, here's the thing. He has been alive for many, many years. We all know this. We're all aware of Ash, but he did not age. He has not gotten any smarter. He has not gotten any older. He has not gotten any taller. And I really do feel bad going for a child. I won't lie to you. That doesn't account for the Inkling girl, okay? Just leave me alone for that. But Ash, I do feel bad about. I do feel bad. However, if the situation called for it, I think that I could absolutely beat Ash's ass. I do. I think that he is very small. I think that he is not trained in battle other than Pokemon battle. He thinks that his Pokemon will protect him. But if it's just me versus Ash, you know, one clean hit to the jaw, I win. I would not try to kill him. I do not want him dead. I have no ill feelings towards anything that Ash does. Alright, he's fine. He's just a little guy, and I just don't have any desire to take down little guys. Be nice to your local committee of little guys because they do so much for this country, okay? They do so much. Easy feat, but I feel bad. I feel really bad about that. I hope that he's okay. I would never ever want to hurt him. I love him. I hope he's doing great. I wish him a very good retirement. Bowser. Okay, this one took some thought, to be honest with you. It really did, because his size does intimidate me a little bit. I feel like he is very large and meaty, but I also feel like there's a thing with large predators where they have some issues with their mobility. They have issues with their depth perception. I think that I could just straight up get him off of his balance, get him onto the floor, bash his skull in. Super easy, super quick, not necessarily clean, but not necessarily super messy either. I think that Bowser has a total evolutionary flaw where most of his body blocks his sight, and that would be really helpful for me. I would really like to also take his spikes, like his little spike bands. I think those would be really cool to wear out. I would wear this one on his arm as a necklace, and I would walk out feeling very cool and feeling very amazing and feeling very strong. And I think that that would most motivate me to get in there, but also if he was coming for me, you know, if he was after me, I would feel fear. But I think it's one of those situations where the size of the animal is really all that intimidates you about it, you know? Like horses, I feel like I have a reason to be scared of because they could absolutely run me over and topple me and bite me and eat me. But Bowser, I think that he just does not have what he thinks he has, and he would immediately be taken down by a couple swift knocks to the head. I do feel like he would try and scratch me up though and try and get me roughed up at the very least because he is so angry, and I don't think he could leave me unscathed. So I'm gonna go poor condition, no tags, because I would be covered in blood, and I would also be covered in blood from trying to remove the spikes, so it would be a little bit hard to get out of there either way. Very clean, very soft, very easy. I could not float out of there, you know what I mean? I would come out looking battered, and that's what I want from this, honestly. Cynthia from Pokemon, who has had her head cut off because the pictures apparently didn't want to accommodate her tallness. This is another Zelda situation, but I think it's a little bit different here because I really do think she would want me to try and give her all if I was to battle her. She seems like the kind of person who would really enjoy a fair fight, which in this case, I would really want to do anything she wants. So I would be happy to do that, you know? I would not survive this though. Alright, have you ever seen Cynthia? First of all, I would be completely off my game if I was trying to beat Cynthia. I would just simply be dawdling all over the place. I would be falling around like one of those car dealership things, you know, the things that are floppy. I don't know what they're called, balloons, whatever. I would be flopping around. I would be stumbling. And that's the thing. I know she would be mad about that, but I can only do so much, okay? That is my fairest game. That is my best fight. I think that she is thirsty for battle, but at the same time, oh my god, just take me out. Put me underground, cover me in dirt, I'm good. Fair and square defeat though, because I know that she would want me to give everything I could, and she would give me more than I could handle, okay? Have you seen Cynthia? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, thank you. Look at her outfit, look at that silhouette. Are you kidding me? I would give over my checking account to her. I would read off the routing numbers and my social security card to her, I don't care. Cooking Mama. This one's a little bit harder for me personally. This is very hard. I played a lot of Cooking Mama as a child. It was one of the only DS games that we had besides My Sims. I love her, I do, but at the same time, she's a little bit too much like my own mother for my own personal taste. I think Cooking Mama was part of my fear of authority as a child. I mean, when she was loving, she was loving. She was a wonderful mother when she was happy, when you did things right, but the second you fucked up, she was flames in her eyes, she was coming for you. She was ready to take all of your money out of the college fund that she had built for you and throw it in the ocean and watch the fish eat it. She immediately switched from, I love you, you're the best child ever, to, I am going to kill you and I'm going to put your bones outside. And I feel like that would mess with me. I feel like I would see her and I would feel bad for fighting her. I would feel awful. But at the same time, she has done so much to me and so much to other children. Okay, Cooking Mama is a fucking beast. Cooking Mama will take your childhood innocence and eat it like a horse heart in front of you. Cooking Mama would cause psychological damage, and I think that's my biggest fear. Poor condition, no tags. I would hate to do this. I would hate to put myself in that situation, and I would hate to hurt her. I really would. Miss Daisy. Miss Daisy. Oh my god. Okay. I really hope that the people that I was friends with when I was very small have not found this channel. I really hope. Anyway, the girl whose GameCube that I used to play on quite constantly, she would always be Peach, so I always had to be Daisy, you know? And that's what gets me about Daisy. I know that this woman was always a second choice, and she's always a second choice in the Mario game. She's always a side character. She is always left in the dust, and that hurts me so much. She has so much potential. She is so beautiful. She is so wonderful, and it hurts me as well that I was also the person who said, you know, this is my second choice. Why can't Daisy ever be anybody's first choice? That upsets me so much. She's always forgotten. She's always put under the cast of the shadow and made to rot. But I also think that Daisy, because of the fact that she has been in the shadows for so long, has accepted her role rather than refuted it. So I don't think that she would really be a very good fight, you know? I think that she would go down pretty quickly. She has been stuck on the sidelines for so long, she doesn't even know what to do. She doesn't know how to fight. But I think that she would have to go in instant decimation upon impact, and that hurts me so bad. I want her to get stronger. I want her to be harder to defeat because I believe that she deserves that. I believe that she deserves strength and happiness, and that she deserves to be a main character. She deserves to be somebody who is loved by children, who is merchandised, who is shown off, who is treated as the person that she should be treated as. Diddy Kong. I really liked Donkey Kong Country when I was little. I enjoyed a Donkey Kong Country playthrough. I never beat it though, by the way. I played a bunch of hours in it and I never beat it, and that is one of my greatest shames. I feel like I need to beat it at some point because there's no way. I was smart enough to beat it. Why didn't I? I just kept replaying the same levels over and over again. I wouldn't progress. Personally, I believe that there is something very wrong with me, but the other thing is that Diddy Kong always upset me when he came out, okay? When Donkey Kong fucked up and I had to play as Diddy Kong, that was really angering to me because I always knew that I was never gonna win as Diddy Kong because Diddy Kong is just there to be a replacement and to be a distraction, and I hate that. Look at him, he's crouched over, he's like, aha, what the fuck is that? I don't take to this nicely. Diddy Kong was my enemy because you know what? I would have rather just stayed on the sidelines. I would have rather had one life. There is no way that you could present me Diddy Kong and I would say this is a valiant opponent. This is a great opponent. I'm gonna have a great fight here. Diddy Kong is like the person that fills in for you at your job that you hate and always messes up your paperwork and always fucks your desk up, okay? Diddy Kong is never going to be lovable. He's never going to be loved. He's always going to be on the sidelines, but unlike Daisy, it's for a good reason. Unlike Daisy, Diddy Kong exists only to be a 2D manifestation of a second chance, and I hate that, okay? I hate him. Easy feat, he would try, but he would fail quite quickly. I am not a Diddy Kong fan. I am a Diddy Kong hater. Anyway, Dry Bones. I feel really bad. I don't want to get into any kind of scuffle with Dry Bones. I feel like me and him would see eye to eye quite well. I think we're a very similar type of person, but I also don't think he has any hate in his heart. I think that Dry Bones is a pacifist. I don't want to hurt him at all, but at the same time, I feel like he would be easy to just pull apart and just put in separate Tupperware containers so he couldn't get back together. That's a really simple way of defeating him. You know, that's really easy. I think that I could get him. He would probably be very eager to just get things over with. He would feel bad for himself 100%, and I would feel bad doing it, okay? I don't want to take him apart. And he's like already died once. Maybe I would be able to put some hydrogen peroxide on his bones and whiten them up and preserve them. I would probably say instant decimation upon impact, and I feel really bad about that. I don't want to do it at all. The man himself, Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong, I definitely respect a lot more than I do Diddy Kong, 100%. There is no way I would be able to find myself respecting Diddy Kong, but I do also feel like Donkey Kong may fuck me up. He may be able to get me dead pretty quickly because he throws things. You know, he can throw those barrels, and I am pretty throwable, I would say. You know, I have good aerodynamics to be thrown, so he could just slam me into the wall and I would pretty much shatter. And that's what worries me about Donkey Kong. I feel like I would not be able to survive that. If he was distracted, I would possibly be able to get through, but I'm also feeling that this is a very dangerous situation for me to be in, you know? I feel like he would be able to peel me like a banana. I really don't like that. But I also just don't think that he has any human capabilities to him. I don't think that he has any empathy. He wouldn't feel bad for me. He would not be the same kind of fight as a lot of these other characters because I could not appeal to him emotionally, and he could also not appeal to me emotionally. Dashio a little bit. Probably fair and square defeat because I think that I would try to get him, maybe pull some of those weird ass teeth out, maybe go for the eyes, but he would definitely still win even if he was severely injured. I think that I would not be able to walk out alive. So this is a real life man, and I'm fully aware of that, but I would like to give you a legal disclaimer here. I am characterizing this man, okay? I am not going to come for him. I am not going to hurt him. He's not going to hurt me. This is Doug Bowser. Nintendo, I love you. Please don't hurt me. Please don't sue me. I love you so much. I would never do this. This is a joke. This is entertainment. Anyway, Doug Bowser. I would not survive this. 100% I would not survive Doug Bowser, okay? Listen, he could hire so many security people that I would be out of luck, alright? I am not good at taking on huge groups unless it's the Koopas, which we will talk about later, but if I was charged by 1,000 Nintendo security guards trying to get to this man, I would not be able to survive. He is protected on all sides. He would be able, with any amount of money, to get me out of that building. And that's why I would not even attempt this. I do not want to be charged down by guards. If anything, I want a nice fist fight. And Doug Bowser, you know, I hope that you have a great life, but you will never see me. You will never know that the fight even happened, okay? You will just be notified by security and immediately escorted off of the premises, okay? I will be in jail or dead. So I'm gonna go with dead because I think they would just immediately kill me. That's all I got. I've tried my best here. I've given everything to this tier list, and you know what I get in return? Nothing. Cut off heads. That's what I get, but whatever, it's fine. Brock from Pokemon, he seems very sweet, and I feel like he would definitely have some experience in this field. I feel like he would be able to fight. I feel like he has fairly strong arms, but I just don't think he would estimate me correctly. I think I would be completely and utterly underestimated because he would think that I was very nice. He would think that I was very respectful. Boom, one single punch to the groin and he's on the floor, okay? There would be no issue because if you underestimate somebody, your guard isn't up. Your muscles are not tensed. You will not have all of the automatic things that will keep your body safe, so I could just get to him pretty quickly. I don't think it would be clean. I really don't. I think he would fight pretty well, possibly pull my hair out, possibly dislocate one of my arms, so I would not get out of this okay. I would not get out of that completely unscathed, but poor condition, no tags, I would still win. I would still win just because I had that element of surprise that's so important and so vital in fighting. I have never fought anyone before, by the way. Not once, like not even slightly. I punched one person one time, okay? That's all. This is completely speculation. This is James Bond, the 007 games? Yeah, this is James Bond, and I could kill James Bond. You wanna know how? The martini shaken not stirred thing, of course. He always gets it ordered that way so that he doesn't have any issue of getting his drink tampered with. That's all fine. Martinis have olives. What do? I inject the olive with rice, and he comes to the bar. He has his little silly ass drink, shaken not stirred. He gets it shaken not stirred. He's fine with it. He sits there, he waits for whatever target he's looking at. He drinks it. He eats the olives like a freak, because you know what? That's what you get for eating olives. I'm sorry, olives are not good. You are a deeply deranged individual if you think that olives are okay or good or right. I learned about ricin from Breaking Bad, and you know what? I'm never gonna forget that, and that's why I would use it on James Bond. That way I wouldn't even have to fight with him, because if he got a gun out, I would not survive, right? He's got his little gun in that picture. I would not survive that. But if I outsmarted him, I would win without even having to touch him. So instant decimation upon impact for Jamule Bond. Goomba. Goomba from Mario. Mario Goomba. I just feel like this guy would be in Congress. I don't know why. Anyway, the Goomba from Mario. I think that I would not survive. I do not think that I would even get the chance to fight him, because he would be able to jump off of any high surface and flatten me. You know how in Looney Tunes, you know, with the Tom and the Jerry, you know when they do that and they do the anvil and they squish you down really tiny? The thing about cartoons is you can walk around tiny in a cartoon, but if you get squished in real life, you are just a puddle. So he would instantly puddlefy me. I think that he would go for the skull. I think he would try and get to my skull first, just stomp completely down. I think these guys have to weigh like 500 pounds. So, you know, a Goomba jumps off of a building. A Goomba lands on me. That way, I wouldn't have a chance to fight back, because there is no second chance. There is no getting back up after you are squished and turned into a skin bag. That's all you have. That was your last chance. You are now flat. Dead. 100% dead on impact. This Goomba, look at how angry he is. Look at how much he wants blood in his mouth. Look at how much he likes to eat organs. His children are all scared of him because they know they saw him munching on the liver one time. Not even Hannibal Lecter style. He didn't cook it. He just went to town. He just ripped it right out of somebody's stomach and he ate it. Link from Zelda. I know this is the short, tiny, stubby Link, and I was trying to do that so that it fit correctly, but he just kind of got cut off anyway. But I'm talking about every Link, okay? I'm talking about the new Legend of Zelda, which is coming out on the day this is supposed to come out. Hi, I hope you're enjoying Tears of the Kingdom. I hope you're having fun. Anyway, Link, I honestly believe, and some people are not going to agree with me here, that I would be able to get rid of Link pretty instantly. I think that he is very confused and lost, and he would be easy to just straight up drive a sword through, and I wouldn't want to do that. He's another person I just wouldn't want to do that to, because I would feel bad. But he seems to be a little bit lost every time I've seen him. He seems to be a little bit confused. He seems strong when he knows what he's doing, but if there was a surprise attack, I don't think he would have the reflexes to do it. I think that just one sword straight through the heart, really sharp and nice, clean silver blade, would get rid of him quickly without any pain, or at least not enough pain to make him suffer before he dies. I think that I would be able to get rid of him quickly, but I don't want to. But if Zelda told me to do it, I would do it immediately, no questions asked, and feel good about it. I would want to protect him, I would want to be nice to him, but if worst comes to worst, I think that he would be easy to distract with possibly a coconut rolling down the street, you know, looking like a little car rolling down the street like a tumbleweed, or just with anything, you know, anything. You set a mouse trap, I think he's done. I'm gonna go with an easy feat for him. I'm sorry, my dude. I really am. I'm deeply sorry. I hope that I never have to do that. I don't want to. I have no desire to. He seems very nice. He seems very sweet from the little I know about him, and I want him to be okay. Alright, I do. Matt from Wii Sports. Dead. Instant death. Okay, I'm sorry. Matt from Wii Sports. Have you ever played against Matt from Wii Sports? That's gonna have you throwing your Wii out the window, and those things last, okay? I know a Wii that is still working right now, at this very moment. I know a Wii that has survived so many tragedies. Wii's survive, and yet I would still be compelled to break it because of Matt from Wii Sports. No thank you. KK Slider, another man I am very familiar with. Hello, KK Slider. Hi. There are two layers to this, because I feel like technically KK is very, very low maintenance, very, very easy to get to. I think that he would be chill enough that he wouldn't understand any sort of threat. He wouldn't perceive any sort of threat, and he would just be easy to take out. He's just a dog, okay? He's just a standing up dog. He would be easy to get rid of. However, I think that if I successfully took him down, the fans would kill me. There is nothing scarier than fans of something hearing that something bad happened to their idol, okay? They would come for me, they would rip my throat out, they would feed my tongue to the wolves. All of KK Slider's fans would take me for what I am and throw me off of a cliff and bark at me. Alright, KK Slider's fans would want my blood all drained out of me and given out like little party favors to every concert goer. They would make sure that I paid for getting to KK Slider. They would make sure that KK Slider was avenged. And I understand, you know, be passionate about whatever you want. You should always have something to put your passion into, but I would not survive. But the thing is, I still think I could do it. So I'm not really sure which category that means. I'm gonna say poor condition, no tags, you know? I would definitely be able to do that. I would be able to get to him, but the aftermath of what would happen to me scares me. So I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. The Koopa gang. These are all of the Koopas, all of the Koopalings, okay? These are the people that I hate the most in Mario Kart. I don't get why there are so many of them. I don't get why they all look stupid. And I think that even if every single one of these charged at me at once, just like in this photo, I would still survive by just like kicking them into the air and going swoop. I would be able to do it because I would be completely unaffected by their presence. I don't like them. I don't like them. I wouldn't give them the time of day. I wouldn't even look at them. I will not go for the Koopas. I would not allow myself to see these Koopas go home. I'm gonna go with an easy feat. I would just easily be able to kick them all off, okay? Thank you very much. Lewis from Stardew Valley. I'm fully aware that Stardew Valley isn't technically a first-party Nintendo IP, and I don't care because I just want to tell you that I would get to Lewis immediately. That Lewis would not survive even a second with me. I have had so much anger building up against Lewis. Lewis is the worst possible mayor, and I cannot let him go on for another tenure. Okay, this is probably going to be considered an assassination, but Lewis is going. Lewis is getting out of here. I would give anything to be able to get rid of Lewis, alright? He angers me. He welcomes you to Stardew Valley just like Tom Nook would. He's a sick, sick bastard. Do you see it in his eyes? Do you see every single crime he's committed building up in his eyes? His hat hides the body of a rat that he's been carrying around with him for cologne. This man has cataloged every single child so on their 5th birthday he can come to them dressed as a clown and chase them around their house. Instant decimation. Go home. The gyroid from Animal Crossing. This one's also a little bit hard for me because obviously he's pottery. He would be really easy to just pick up and smash, and I do hate Lloyd, okay? Come on, give me 10 billion bells for this road, buddy. I hope that you go to hell. I hope that all your children have to follow in your footsteps and also go to hell. Don't tell me what to do. That's just great, buddy. You don't need to be sarcastic with me. You really don't. The thing is, I would be able to absolutely just crush him immediately. But I know that he has a soul in there. I know that there's a sicko soul in there, and I feel like that would haunt me for the rest of my life, not because I felt bad about what I did, but simply because of the fact that I feel like he would not let me live it down. He would not let me survive this, and I don't know if I would be willing to take on the risk of letting him die and having that spirit follow me around everywhere. He would be at my wedding, at my funeral, he would be at every brunch, he would be at every coffee shop, and I cannot deal with being followed around like that, and not by Lloyd, not with that squeaky voiced little fucker. So I feel like poor condition, no tags for the psychological damage that would happen to me. I just can't let that happen. Samus from Metroid. I've never played Metroid, but oh my god. Okay, you know what? I swear to you, I am going to be gay on main and you can't stop me. Oh my god. Are you kidding? I cannot even fathom trying to fight or hurt this woman. In fact, I hope that she arrives at my door in 2 minutes ready to kill me, ready to kick my jaw in. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do I need to play Metroid? Oh my god. This is the peak character design for me. Dead. Instantly dead. I need to stop. Oh my god. Anyway, Mario and Luigi here, alright? These two are the poster boys of Nintendo, and yet I believe that I could fuck them up with no effort, alright? These two look weak to me. They look completely and utterly weak. They look soulless. They look absolutely fightless. They look like birds that have had their wings taken off of them. I know full well that I could just pull their nose and a bunch of blood would come spurting out of it and they would die, they would collapse because I pulled out a brain cord. I don't even know why they would have a brain cord in their nose, but like it looks like they do, right? What are you gonna do here? Again with the Mickey Mouse gloves, okay? This is not a threat. These men have had reign over Nintendo. They have been Nintendo's logos. Defeatable, immediately, blendable. I could do any method here. I could just straight up look at them and say die, and they would die. These two would not even survive even the slightest earthquake. They would just turn into water. They would pop and they would roll onto the floor and they would become skin. And you know what? Both Mario and Luigi, I'm gonna say Mario would be easy feat. Luigi, absolute decimation upon arrival. Dead in the water. No way, okay? He is just so breakable. Rosalina. I main Rosalina on Mario Kart because I don't know, listen to me speak for a moment. Who else would I do? Who else would I be on Mario Kart? Nobody? Absolutely correct, my friend. That's right, and I will be pissed off if anybody ever takes Rosalina away from me. She is beautiful, she is gorgeous, she is tall, she is big, and I feel like I owe her everything. I owe her my entire Mario Kart winning streak. I feel like this beautiful girl would never ever pass up a fight, and that's why I'm gonna say fair and square defeat, because I'm sorry. Do I look like I would be able to survive that? Do I look like I I would even be able to try and survive that? No. But I would give it my all because I would want to impress her. I would want to try my best to impress Rosalina. I would like to fight with you just to make you happy, okay? Just to make you happy and make you feel like you won, because you did. And even if I gave everything I had, you would still win. So you know what? It's fine. It's okay. Shy Guy. Oh, I feel so bad about this, but like he just looks bowling ballable, you know? Like take him by the head and just roll him all the way down a hill and he would die there. And I feel bad, you know, I really do, because he just looks like a little guy. I feel like I don't want to hurt him. He's got that Studio Ghibli face. I don't see him ever surviving any kind of combat though. I mean, look at those arms. He's got no way to support himself. He's got no way to fight back. I could just totally mash him up and put him into a balloon. He would suffocate and die in there. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that, and I feel bad. I do. I don't want to hurt him. Shy Guy is so sweet. He's so small. He's tender. He's loving and adorable, and I feel very, very bad that I have to do this. Easy feat, 110%. There would be no way that he could even fight back. I mean, he's rounded. He's rounded. He couldn't stab. He couldn't hit. He couldn't scratch. I'm so sorry, little Shy Guy. I hope you survive this winter. I hope you don't starve to death or freeze like Jackie in Yellow Jackets. God, I'm sorry. Look at this bald son of a bitch. Okay, listen, he looks smooth. Toad looks smooth. He looks so smooth that I feel like he would be extremely hard to get a good grip on, which is why I would have to use weapons here. This would absolutely be like a sword kind of situation, or possibly a blade of some other kind, but I think I could do it. He looks like he's sliceable, even though he is that smooth. I just feel like he's slippery. I am sorry. Alright, I love you guys. I love all the Toad fans. All the Toad fans I've met are lovely people, which is why I'm not one. I think that those hands just look a little bit too much like baby hands. You know those babies that are like extremely violent? You know those babies that will throw shit at your face? I once knew a baby that used to throw his toy truck at me every time I walked in the door. His parents were always like, oh yeah, no, he just does that because he likes you. You know, he just throws his massive giant toy truck directly at your nose because he likes you. And it's like, okay, yeah, he likes the thought of me dying. He likes the thought of me getting a nose job, okay? I don't understand why people let their toddlers just absolutely decimate people, but I still remember the feeling of that truck hitting my face. And you know what? I think that would be his best method of action. I think he would come for me with like a toy truck or something hard and throw it at me, and I would just have to have a long sword probably. I would be able to get him, but it wouldn't be easy and it wouldn't be fun. Poor condition, no tags probably. Toadette, I feel like, is a slightly different story because she could use her little pigtails made of God knows what to choke you out. I feel like she's a lot more physically capable than Toad is. She still looks round, but she looks like she also has the ability to kill, so it's a little bit hard to tell. I think I would also be able to be a little bit more on her level, which is why I feel like maybe fair and square defeat, honestly. I feel like she could get me. I do. I just feel a very bad sense of like dread when I think about fighting her. I don't think Toadette would let me live. I think she has just enough anger and insanity, and she would probably be smart enough to bring a blade or a weapon of some kind, you know, a stab wound straight to the chest. She's also at a good spot height-wise to just like dig under my ribs, which would be really bad, so I don't know. I just don't feel like I'd be able to get past Toadette. Even though I love her aesthetic and I'm a bigger fan of Toadette than Toad, I just still am not the biggest Toadette person, and I think she would take that very personally and use it as her motivation to cut my heart out and put it under her hat. I don't know about Toadette, to be honest with you. I really don't. Mr. Game & Watch. I don't even know what the fuck this thing is. I really don't, but you know what? I also believe that he would be extremely easy to just erase. You get one of those pen erasers. That's the thing, by the way. There are erasable pens, and you get a pen eraser and you just scribble him out, and then suddenly he is attached to all of the eraser particles, screaming for dear life because he is now a million pieces. That's a horrifying way to die, and I wouldn't want to do that to him, but he looks like he would be able to provoke me. You know what I mean? He looks like he would be a bitch. He looks like he doesn't talk or anything. He doesn't look like he speaks, but he looks like he would be making little gestures on the page that you know are trying to make fun of you, and that's just nasty. Like, I really don't appreciate that. I don't respect that at all. I don't think that's a good way to live. You know, provoke me in another way. Let's do this fair fight. Let's do this fair and square, but the eraser would be super easy. I think if he's like paper thin, he has no method of fighting back. There is no way I could get to him. Even maybe just a paper cup, like that's not gonna make me bleed out. I'm not gonna die from that, and I won't even notice it till the fight's over. Instant decimation 100%. He's gone. He's getting out of here. He is going to hell. Princess Peach. Okay, I do love Princess Peach. I hate to say it, you know, I am normal like that. I do love Princess Peach. She's beautiful, she's stunning. She's not one of my favorite Nintendo characters by any means, but I do really love her. I think that she's one of the best Mario characters, other than Miss Rosalina down there. I think that she has a really good character design too. She's fun, she's exciting, she's iconic, you know? You will always remember the Princess Peach style. You will always remember her hair. She is beautiful. But also, I do think that she could beat me up. I think that she could beat me up 100% fair and square defeat because of the fact that I think she spent so much time in Bowser's castle training. I think Bowser would be able to keep her trapped due to size, he could just block the door, but I see no issue with her like coming up to me and just like absolutely drop kicking me. I am really scared of her. I think that she would be able to fuck me up 100%. I do. And I wouldn't mind that, honestly. That's totally fine. That is totally allowed, okay? Raymond, however, dead immediately, okay? A business major, dead. They don't know any self-defense. They're weak. They are completely and utterly defenseless. You could kill a business major by telling them their stocks dropped, all right? You could tell a business major that Wall Street was just having a bad day and they would drop dead. That is immediate. I wouldn't even have to lay a finger on him, but I would, because you know what? I have no desire to let him live. I have no desire to be merciful towards Raymond, the business major of Animal Crossing. No, thank you. I could win immediately. I would walk in with no fear. My heart rate would be the exact same as when I walk out, okay? Kirby. Kirby would fuck me up. Instant death. I'm sorry, but Kirby just looks like he has the power to take lives. Kirby is God. Kirby could control my heart right now. Kirby could stop my heart if he wanted to. Kirby could stop this video from being uploaded. Kirby could stop any war happening. He could snap a whole continent into the sea. Kirby is an immortal being. Kirby is the biblical version of God, okay? This is Kirby. Kirby, I don't even see myself having any kind of chance to fight with him because he would not let that happen. He is untouchable. He lives somewhere that we cannot find, that we do not know of, and he will always be there. Kirby is completely and utterly infinite, and we have to learn to deal with that, okay? That's something that everybody has to know and everybody has to get past at some point. Curb forever. Tom Nook, I almost feel like he would try and fight me pretty good. I do, because he has a really bad vendetta against me. He hates me. He wants me to suffer on my Animal Crossing island. He wants me dead in the water. He would hold me underneath the waves and watch me drown and then bring me back to life only to do it again and again and again. He wants broken bones. He wants unhappiness. He wants to let people rot and starve and die in a prison cell. And that's why I firmly believe that like he would be a little bit hard to beat. But I think I have more practical knowledge of this feature than he does. I think I would be able to choke him out, but I would be completely and utterly messed up, okay? He would want this. He has a drive for this. He has a deep and utter hatred for me that would manifest into him trying his best. He would come after me, but I think if I just peeled his ears off and threw him into the sea, that would be it for him. I don't think he knows how to swim. So poor condition, no tags, because I can see how roughed up I would be already, how much he would try and kill me, how much he would get to me, how much he would wish for this, and he would initiate it. Absolutely. I see me fighting Tom Nook at some point. I really do. 100%. The villager boy from Animal Crossing who is in both Smash and Mario Kart. Oh, dude. I've played as the villager boy before. He makes me perform worse, by the way, just so you know. That guy you could just put in a freezer. I swear, he wouldn't figure out how to open the freezer, okay? He could get locked in there immediately and die. He could be put in a slot machine and just be the person giving out coins and not think that anything was wrong. He would be completely easy to bamboozle. You could put this guy in a rat trap and he would die. You could attract him with a little piece of cheese. You could put him in a bowl of oil. He would not be able to climb out. Easy defeat. This guy is so easy to get in a bind. Like, you could literally just put him in a closet. Wario would certainly be a little bit more keen to fight, I believe, than Waluigi. I think Waluigi is absolutely like the lesser threat, but I don't think that Wario is strong enough to be able to actually fuck me up that much. I think that he would come in after Waluigi, after seeing Waluigi die, and I think that he would be easy enough to just kind of like take a sword, maybe even the handle, and just knock his feet over, and he would do a little tumble backward and fall so many stories. He would fall so many stories and just go splat. He would go splat like those little bean bags, you know, when you throw a bean bag full of cornstarch at the wall and it goes poof. That's what I think would happen to him. I think he would be very easy to lure up to a tall building and just kind of like bump. That's a really easy way to win a fight against Wario, I believe. But if I couldn't do that, I think like a couple good stabs would be okay. I don't see him being hard to defeat, but I do see him taking a little bit of work. Yeah, easy feat, I would say. I think that I would be okay. I think that it wouldn't take that much time out of my day. You know, I could go get lunch and a coffee afterward. It would be okay. Yoshi is a little green bastard. I don't know what irks me about Yoshi, but something does. Something really and truly makes me angry when I look at Yoshi, and I don't want to deal with that anymore. Like, I don't want to deal with him. I don't want to look at him. I don't want to think about him, and that makes him a good target for me, but oh my god, that nose could just conk me out immediately, you know, slam straight into my head, and I'm dead. I'm gone. I'm like concussed. I'm on the floor. I'm dead. There is no way to bring me back from that. There is no way, but I don't think my pure fire and fury would be enough to save me from Yoshi's giant ass nose. I think he would just be able to conk me like I was one of those like test your strength things at the fair. He would just bonk, you know? That's horrifying. There is no weapon I could use that I would be able to wield that could get him. Dead. I really wish that I was able to tell you the truth here and say that I was able to defeat him, but that's not the truth. I would die instantly. Yoshi would beat my ass, okay? That is all of the Nintendo characters we have here today ranked by whether or not I would win a fight against them. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was very cathartic for me, and I hope that you agree with me, and I hope that you agree that I would be able to decimate all of these people as long as I just had a little bit of time. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you. I will see you next time. Thank you so much to all of my members. Stay safe, stay wonderful. Goodbye.